Pause.
I hate you. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bear It All with the lovely
Jay.
Jay and Jay.
Jay and Jay.
Yes, and we have a guest. Guest,
Yes.
who is you?
Who is I? My name is Dr. Julian Bond. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm a current owner of Strong Bond Health. It's a fitness and physical therapy company. So you can follow me on Instagram at Strong Bond Health and on the internet at www.strongbondhealth.com.
It's a
Nice.
Doctor.
Yes.
Recent
Are you old? Are you old enough to be a doctor?
I'm 29. That's a little old. No.
That's not old. Shut
It's
up.
a
You
little
look like you're 21.
No, I'm 29.
Okay.
29.
I mean, you look 21. I look 23. You
Exactly.
know. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
22.
I wish. I wish. That would be great.
Oh, so she looks younger than me.
Ooh, I didn't
Oh,
say
here
that.
we
I didn't
go.
say
You
that.
know,
No,
so
stop.
lately the guests have been picking her.
That
so
is not true.
Yeah, they have been.
That is
They've been
not
giving you
true.
all the compliments. You know what? Screw y'all.
First of all, that is not true.
Whoever
Number
wants
one.
to ride with me, put in the comments.
Here we go. Here we go.
I said nothing.
Everybody wants Jay. And then there's Jay.
Okay.
Like, somebody wants
You
me.
can't switch it up now. I already made that distinguished. I distinguished that last show. Anyways, so to begin our show, thank you so much for being here
Yes,
today.
of
We
course.
appreciate your presence and your
course.
time. I know time is valuable.
It's all good. It's all good.
So what we're going to do is, as our audience knows, we're going to start off with a battle game. Okay. So, all right. We have some competitive people here today. So, as always. So, what
Not
we're
me.
going to do,
I'm not competitive.
You just in for it. You just watch it.
she likes to win, but she's not
Okay.
as competitive
I
as
don't
I
even
am.
care if I win.
That's
Okay.
not true. You get mad when you don't win. Anyway.
Win what?
Well, that's the thing. It's bragging rights. We don't have prizes yet. But once y'all start, like,
Oh, we do
watching
have
our
prizes.
show,
We just can't share it with you guys.
Oh, okay, never mind. So, this game is called Think Fast.
Okay.
So, I'm going to name a category, and you both are going to shout out 3 things in the category. Whoever shout out said 3 things first
Okay.
wins.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
3 things in the category.
3 things in the category. When I say, 1, 2, 3, go, then you guys shout it out as fast as you can. Whoever shouts out 3 wins.
Got it.
Okay?
Ready?
I'm ready. It's competitive.
All right. We are going to go with body parts.
Booze
Head, butt,
Wait.
finger.
Wait.
I didn't think about it. Wait, what?
Because it was throwing me off. Wait, what did you say?
I said
Head, butt,
disappointing
finger.
you.
Something like that. I don't
Butt
know.
finger?
Head, butt, finger.
Oh,
Slash, comma,
Comma,
okay.
I'm
dash,
saying it was just
space.
throwing me off that like I'm saying it with you.
I know.
Whatever.
We did
No,
at the
it's
same
not.
time.
okay.
Whatever. Okay, so you.
I was like, shit.
all right, we got 2 more.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more categories.
Whatever. Don't listen. You're
Ready?
going down. You're going down.
I was scared. I was like, huh.
Next category is countries.
I'm gonna say Paris, France,
Africa.
Greece, and Germany.
Morocco,
Africa.
Egypt.
I messed up too.
Y'all
I
didn't even
know.
mention the country we live in.
Good point.
I was gonna say. I was
my
thinking of
God.
it.
Good point.
I don't like this game. I don't
I know,
like
this
this
game is a lot of
game.
pressure. It's like mad pressure for no
God
reason.
damn. On the, I
Your head
feel
like
like,
starts to hurt. You're like, oh shit.
God damn.
All right. Our last
I named the continent.
topic is we don't really have to do the last one because he already won 2 out of 3, but we're going to do it anyway.
He did not.
I won that one.
How?
He did.
I said Morocco, Egypt.
You were too
Oh, I was
slow.
already done. I said Paris. I messed up first though.
Oh,
Then I
okay,
said
well, whatever. I did like you at first.
Oh, my bad. J and J.
Jay
See
and
that? I forced
Jay.
it.
Oh, and you're a Virgo too.
Yeah, Virgo too. See that energy?
Oh,
you see? You see?
Finally, I have somebody on my side, on my
Exactly.
Here we
team,
go.
because we had the whole battle of the cancers. We ain't gonna do that. So we get each
Now
other.
we vibe.
All right.
See, we
Okay.
good. We good.
All right, what's the last one so I can beat your ass?
So I can still-
Okay.
I can win one more.
All right, last one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll let you
Go
go.
ahead.
Name 3 Black and brown businesses. Go.
Strong Bond Health.
Studio.
Jaya,
Wait, I can't do this at the same time.
Essence.
Studio B856. Wait, you said what?
Essence magazine. That counts. Black, I think.
I think they're white. It's like, no.
They might be.
You have a chance.
I don't.
Out of all the black and brown businesses,
I know because I'm under pressure.
There's a lot of
Milano,
Keep it going.
Juice Bar, Juice Capital.
I said 3. I
okay.
didn't say
You
8.
did your thing. You did your thing.
All right, I'm gonna have to give that one to her.
What?
You were stumbling a little bit.
No, I said.
And I'm not 100% sure that Essence is actually owns like 100%. I'm not sure. Y'all,
It's
let
like
me
Jet
know.
Magazine. I don't know. They're black to me.
Let me know. Let me know. Because a lot of Caucasians that have some businesses who are trying to target a certain audience
It's true.
will
Yeah, that is true.
That is actually
create
very
that persona
That
That's
illusion.
true.
Yeah.
and that illusion, and then it ends up not being what it is. So
Just like some of the
I'm not
media
100%
sites
sure.
on Instagram, they're owned by it's like
Yeah.
white people,
Right.
And everything is all like rap and
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's
Right.
true.
Just like KFC and Popeyes, it's owned by white people, but they're targeting a certain audience. So their
Yeah.
commercials and everything
Yeah.
are targeted towards the
You're right.
minorities.
You're right.
So anyway, he won 2, she won 1,
It's okay.
and
Sky
I
high.
don't know why I was under pressure.
It's okay. It's okay.
I had to.
but we're all winners at the end of the day.
Oh,
So, anyways, all right. So, moving on to our topic. So, because we have an amazing doctor, physical therapist in the house, we want to discuss his journey through going through school, applying to school, going through school. How did he feel? What were the challenges? Were you welcomed as a minority into the field? And just kind of what challenges you may have faced, what you felt could have been better, what are some good places that you've seen other people go to, what are some good programs that you know of, just kind of give us a synopsis of kind of like how
The
you
journey.
what made you decide to become a physical therapist,
Yeah.
and then go from there.
Because then you started your own business too,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
and so that's not even,
No. Yeah,
that's
it's
not
different.
like a typical, especially a young black man like yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's where I start. So I always known I want to be a physical therapist in terms of helping people like get back to their journey in terms of physical movements, getting back to the football field, those kind of things in nature. So with that in mind, I was also a personal trainer. So I wanted to somehow combine physical therapy and personal training and combine the two things I love. So going through our physical therapy school, I always made sure that whatever I was doing, I was going to relate it back to being the businessman that I am, and then also putting the energy to the places that it needs to be. Like, for example, like you were saying, the different challenges for physical therapy school. There's not that many black and brown people in physical therapy to begin with, especially with men. There's not many black males into it. So there was me and another black gentleman in my class, and there were 60 of us in total.
Wow.
So out of the
Yeah, that's
entire
crazy.
class. Yeah. So I always wanted to make sure that I could be an example for other young black men and try to figure out how I can reach them. And sports is one of the best ways because all the little
Of
kids, you know what I'm
course,
saying?
yeah.
All kids are like, I want to be like LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. So I'm like, okay, how can I incorporate that to science? So yeah, that was like the mindset going in. And then from there, it was just like, how do I find myself within physical therapy school?
Right.
So you guys are both healthcare professionals. A lot of stuff that we do in the healthcare field is always geared towards Caucasian practices. And that doesn't necessarily have to be through a racist lens,
Right.
but it was just how we were taught. So
Right.
like, for example, when you guys talk about like changing skin color when you're doing different type of exams, so you like I say like cyanosis, you say like rubra deficiency, like that just means your skin's changing colors.
Right.
Throughout physical therapy school, I was like, a lot of these tests that I'm learning, I can't even do on myself. So how can I ask my professors and gear the education more towards being inclusive to me?
That
So,
really is,
yeah.
That is
to be honest, like
100%.
I don't
Yes.
even think we even think about that.
No,
like
yeah, it's crazy, right?
you're not going to be able to see, depending on what, how dark your skin is, you're not going to be able to see.
Yeah.
But they even same thing with like with when I do CPR, like the dummies, like they're all the dummies are always white.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that,
And then
yeah.
so it doesn't really relate to you.
It doesn't.
So
Yeah. So what I did at Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, where I went to school, we formed a group in there, and we basically made it where we try to have the curriculum be more inclusive. So I went to all the professors and was like, hey, how can we include this kind of stuff in there? And they actually were really receptive to it and welcoming, and it was a better experience for everybody.
That's good.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
That's
good.
amazing.
So when did you
Yeah.
start? Like when did you start school?
So I started school in 2019. So I went to University of Maryland 2011. and then I graduated from there. Then I started to be a physical personal trainer. And then after that, I did some years off, and then I formed my company, and then I went to school.
Okay, so how long is school?
So it was 4 years undergrad, and then 3 years for physical therapy school to get your doctorate.
Right.
Okay. So that's really, I mean, in reality, it's really not a whole lot.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
if you look at it, like we spend so many years wasting time, like,
Yeah.
you know, working at, you know, a job that really ain't paying us a whole lot of money. That's not really a whole lot
Yeah,
of
7
time.
Or
years.
giving us a lot of gratification either.
Exactly.
A lot of us are stuck in jobs where we're just like, you
a
know,
dead
we're getting a
end.
paycheck, but we're not really happy with what we do. We're not really feeling like we're doing anything productive. So, you know, those extra few years of school really can help you in the longer, in the bigger picture of things.
That's it.
In the future.
Did you
it.
work during that time?
Yeah, I've been working since I was like 16. So actually, my first job was at an assisted living facility. So there is really touch base with a physical therapist because, you know, you build a real relationship with each of the residents. And then when they get hurt or injured, like, what happened to them? Where are they? And they're like, they're in physical therapy. They're doing a lot better. So I would go up there and was like, wow, you know what? This is kind of something I want to be able to do, was restoring people back to, like, if they fall, it's like, wow, how do I get them back to walking, coming back to the dining room, dancing in the ballet room, something like that. So that's what was, like, cool for me.
So getting them back to a good quality of life
That's it.
after
That's
a
it.
significant injury, especially in our elderly population.
Exactly.
It takes so much more time and healing and all of that to really get back to.
And they're almost like your second grandparents. It's like, wow,
Yes.
I formed this relation, and then now it's like they fell, you want to get them back. So,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. Now, are any of your family members in the medical field?
My cousins actually are doctors as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
Nice.
they actually went to University of Maryland as well.
Oh, okay.
But no one in my immediate family. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're
First
breaking
one.
getting out,
Yeah.
providing more
Yeah.
opportunities for your nieces and nephews.
That's true.
And things of that nature to look up to you and like, oh, listen, this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, a lot of kids, women and boys and girls, they're looking at, like you said, like LeBron James and everything,
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to play in the NBA, I want to do this. But there's so many behind the scenes jobs that you can do and still work with professional athletes
That's
and
it,
still
yeah.
being in the realm by being a personal trainer, physical therapist, acupuncturist. Like there's so many things that you can do.
You don't know what you don't know.
That's
so
true.
if they don't, they're not going to know. So,
Yeah.
so you have your own, I don't know if it would be called practice.
Yeah, so it's
But
like almost
I
like
guess-
a combination. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and we're actually getting my own facility too.
Okay.
So yeah, we're looking to move in by the next year. So yeah, at my facility we work with people all kinds. So basically, I have my oldest client is about 78. My youngest client is 4, and I work with athletes, professional, collegiate, high school, and it's basically like and the mom, soccer mom. So it's like I try to make it as family oriented as much as possible because that's what I grew up around. And I feel like
Right.
that gets the most results when everyone's comfortable with each other, pushing each other towards our goals and everything, rather if it's a ACL tear or a balance deficit from an elderly person. Everyone's there to achieve a common goal, if that makes sense.
So how do you, so you don't have the facility yet, but you're working out of a facility. So
Correct.
how does that work with you working there, but then you also, you're like, are you contracted separately?
So yeah, so I'm my own independent contractor right now. So I'm at a gym called Physique Fitness. The owner, I should have said black-owned gym right there.
Nice.
He's
Good,
he's
good.
a family friend. My brother and him went to elementary school together. So
Okay.
he's been amazing since I ever met him. His name is Sherman Diggs, the third. He always have to say it. But
Third.
Okay.
he says you had to say it.
We'll have to check it out there.
You gotta check it out. He's cool.
I think you, did you?
Yeah, she been
Went there?
by. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She
Oh
kicked
yeah.
it. Yeah, she kicked
definitely,
it over there. Yeah.
definitely. I worked out there. It's nice. Has everything that you need
Yeah.
to get it in, get a great workout in for sure.
He does his thing. So yeah, he took care of me. He was just like, yeah, come in, see how you do. I taught my own classes, and then from there, I was just getting more clients, and then patients, and from there, it's just been a blessing, if that makes sense.
So how do you get paid? And are you contracted with insurance companies? Like,
Yeah.
do you have, okay.
So right now, I'm not accepting insurance for like medical practices. We are looking to, but everything for me is cash based. So I do cash based physical therapy and cash based personal training.
Okay. And then do you have, are you renting out your,
So I run
Okay,
out the
so
space.
then-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good setup. And that's what we're looking to do at the new facility as well. So when I have different people come in, it's going to be the same setup for them.
And how many clients do you have right now?
I'm working with 50 people now.
Really?
Yeah, 50.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's all different people.
Yeah. And I see some of your videos. There's like you said, there's families in there. They're pushing each other. They're working out together. And I think that's so significant when you're out there with your loved ones and you're helping each other push each other and trying to create these goals for each other because you're more likely going to accomplish those goals when your own household is pushing you to reach some of those goals as well.
That's it.
So that is super important.
Yeah, you hold each other accountable. That's true.
So I see that you also work with a lot of young athletes. So anyone with any young athletes, they don't necessarily have to have an injury.
No.
Because you're personal training as well, to work on specific strengths within that the sport that they're playing.
Exactly.
So whether it be football, basketball, soccer, things of that nature, you're trying to focus on what their weaknesses are to help them get to their, their best self.
Exactly.
So, as far as like your younger athletes, what do you think is more important? Because I know I see a lot of like kind of young athletes in the gym, like pumping iron and stuff like that.
Right.
But agility and coordination and balance is so significant in preventing injuries and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest to the young athletes? And the young athletes out there, you can reach out if you have questions. I'm sure you do consultations.
All the time.
So what would you say, like what's important at a young athlete? I would say like maybe middle school to maybe early college. Like what are some things they should be focused on to prevent injury?
That's a great question. So the first thing, no matter what kid comes through, 5 years old to 18 years old, first thing are their grades. I don't care anything else. First thing, and
I love
that's
that.
the question. It's like, what is the most important thing for a student athlete? First part is student.
Because you can't
Right.
be dumb
Exactly.
and be an athlete,
Yeah.
okay?
Yes, there's a lot of
So-
dumb athletes, unfortunately.
That's fortunate. So like F's, D's, maybe even some C's. I'm like, all right, I need A's and B's.
Right.
If you're gonna be training with me, that's what I need first.
Right.
No matter what.
So are you getting the report card?
Oh
You getting the
yeah,
grade?
I talk to the parents. I'm like, how they do? And the first thing I say, what you learn in school today? Like, I don't care how you did on the football field. I need to
Right.
know what you learned in school and how you did in your exam. And I ask them constantly, like,
Oh, yes.
how many exams you have this week? Like,
I
that's the most
love
important.
that.
Because it should be how you do one thing, is how you do everything.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
So-
true.
Exactly, because if I'll fail them if I'm not worried about their school.
Yeah. I remember when my son played football, we had to send their report cards.
Did you? So
Yes.
that's a good idea.
We had to send their report cards
Yeah.
first, and I love that. And
Yeah,
I'm
you got
like,
to.
listen, you really aren't going to get the maximum benefit
Yeah.
as a student athlete if your grades aren't there.
That's it.
Like if your grades are there and you're a great athlete,
can go
you
anywhere
have
you want.
ample
That's it.
opportunities to
Yeah.
go.
That's the ticket.
And
That's
options.
really it. Yeah, that's it. And you gotta hold them to it. Like you said, the whole sending of a report card is very important.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, so then let's talk about now. We're going to the physical aspect.
Right.
So anytime you're doing personal training, physical therapy, you always have to start with an assessment. So you have to identify what is the kid lacking. It could be core strength. It could be hip strength. That's the kind of stuff that's going to identify, is this kid going to have a knee injury? Is this kid susceptible to having a low back injury? So all that has to be done by the assessment before you touch any type of weights. So that's a range of motion assessment just to see how the body moves, flexibility. Strength assessment to see each and every single muscle group, how are they working to benefit that athlete? And then coordination, speed, and everything like that. So you don't necessarily have to go in there and lift 500 pounds on deadlift and squat. You need to make sure, am I addressing the needs that this specific kid has? And then how can that translate to whatever sport they're doing? So I'm more like a strength and conditioning coach rather than like a sport-specific coach.
Right.
So it's like if someone wants to learn how to catch better, I can work on their grip strength. But I would tell them you should be catching with your coach and making sure that you're running routes and doing things of that nature. But I'm going to work on your grip strength. I'm going to work on your coordination and balance and those things of that nature. Yeah. But yes, it's a total thing, if that makes sense.
It is, definitely.
Yeah.
So I love that you started off with the whole student athlete. I think that's so important for all of our young people going up. Like, aside from social media, aside from all of the the information that's out there, there's a lot of resources and information that's placed on social media that's not necessarily beneficial to you. There's a lot of false information out there as well. So you got to be very specific on your resources and where you're getting your information from. We have amazing professionals here that can give you and lead you in the right direction to get you to your goals and reach, the things that you're trying to reach as far as academically and, athletically, in whatever field you decide to be in.
When you train, like personal train, do you do like a certain time frame?
We do an hour per session?
Not just per session, but like total. Like, you say, like, I'm going to work with this person for 3 months, and then to teach them everything that they need, and then they can pretty much do it on their own.
So, like we said with the family type of thing, I sometimes, like, for example, one of my kids came to me with a fractured ankle. So his dad was like, how do we get him back on the football field as soon as possible? So I rehabbed him through that. I gave him a realistic timeline. They should take about like 8 weeks, or let's say whatever specific to that kid. After those 8 weeks, the father actually wanted him to stay with me. So I've been training this kid for about 3 years now. And so, and when they go off to college and everything, it's so much gratification that I see, like, one of my kids is he's 19 now. He started with me at 13. So it's like
progress.
Yeah, exactly. So they become like a part of my family. Like, I call them up all the time to ask them how they're doing in their college and everything like that. So really no time frame. Everyone just becomes like a part of the family. We just keep adding and adding and adding. So it's cool.
Yeah, that is so nice that you do develop those relationships with everybody. And all that networking helps. And then they can, and it creates, more opportunities for them to be able to reach back out to you in the future, even if they're not, even if they're away at college, they can still reach out to you and be like, listen, I did this, what can I do to, and then you can, do your reconsultations or whatever it is that you do, reevaluate and go from there.
Yeah, and I get to go see them play too. So I go to the kids' soccer games.
Yeah.
It's the
So
best
do you
part.
ever do any type of like training at like the schools? Like, did they ever, any of the schools ever have you come, like the coaches have you come and do like a, today we're going to be conditioning and, whatever?
Yeah. They reach out. It's hard though because I have all my clients that I have at the facility. But like, for example, I went to Cherry Hill West and they had a wrestling camp going on. And
I graduated from there.
Did you actually? I graduated from there.
Did you?
Yeah.
But
Same age. Well, you might know my brother. He graduated from there.
But it's been it's a whole decade between us.
No, my brother graduated 2002. Yeah.
What's his name?
John Bond. He played football. You know my brother, maybe?
I believe so.
Yeah, John Bond, yeah.
The name sounds familiar. You said 2002?
2002.
Okay, I graduated in 2000.
Okay, yeah, so he's there at the same time.
Yeah.
Damn, I graduated in 98. Woo!
I feel old over here.
That's not old. That's not old.
Old over here.
See that Cherry Hill West, and then
That's
Virgos. So you're left out.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm okay.
And the double J.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, did you play sports?
Yes, I played football and I ran track.
Okay, and how do you feel? What do you think would have helped you, knowing that what you know now? What do you think would have helped you be either a better athlete or just better in general, not necessarily having to do with athletics and sports?
Yeah.
But what do you know now that you would have told yourself as like a high school student?
That's a great question. Form. I would say 100% learning how to lift properly. It's huge because you learn from your friends. Like your friend's a sophomore and says, okay, how do I bench press? And then this sophomore kid is showing a freshman kid, like, this is how you do it. This is how you should lift. When I tell you all the risks and injuries that occur from football or any sport because of the lack of education in terms of how to lift properly is huge. So if I would have learned how to properly dose, how much I'm lifting, how often I'm lifting, that kind of stuff, that would have been huge. And that's what I stress with all my kids now. Like everything, they sometimes get annoyed. I'll take 30 minutes to explain how to do a proper bench press because I don't want you to have shoulder pain or let's say tear your tricep. I can't have that kind of stuff.
I might need to see you.
Listen, come by.
Because I have bad shoulders.
I invited her to come. Remember?
You did.
Yeah,
I did invite her.
I just didn't work with my work schedule. But I have bad shoulders. I had surgery on my one shoulder.
Did you?
So it's like it bothered me. I have a tear. I have 2 tears on this side, but I rehabbed it myself.
Really? Rotator cuff or labrum?
Both.
Really?
Yeah. This one was a labrum.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, I'm doing a little something.
I see all that. Come on, Doc, show through. No, that's right though. It's right.
Yeah, so I definitely, like, that's been a struggle. I haven't been to the gym.
Here we go.
I haven't been to the gym in
Here
like
we go. I invite her to the gym with me
did.
all the time because I'm always in the gym working out, and she knows she can always hang with me.
I know.
But anyway,
I'm gonna hang with you at the gym. I am.
We worked out. We did a crazy workout.
The leg day, remember?
I heard that she wore you out.
No.
I never said that.
Maybe. It could be true. I don't know. Listen.
No, we did a really good. We did a leg day with with you at your facility, and then we went to my facility and we did
She
a
did kick
HIIT
my butt.
workout.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That's what
did
I
a HIIT
heard.
workout.
Yeah, she
I
made
heard
me
she wore
sweat.
you out.
Listen, I don't
I
like
made
that.
him sweat,
She
but
did.
it wasn't.
No,
He's an athlete at the end of the day.
No.
So, but that
She had
was
me
a
on
really
the treadmill. Yeah,
that was a
I
really good
forgot about
workout.
that.
On a
That was-
treadmill?
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes on the treadmill trying to kill me.
It was first of all, it was not 40 minutes, but it was a run and then lifting weights.
Yeah,
It
it was
HIIT
fun.
workout, so it was high intensity. It was a lot.
And I told her I stole it from her. I was using it on my people. And they were
see,
like,
that's so
they're like, where'd you
good.
get this from? I said, someone who's crazy. I said, I
But I told you, someone who's not so nice. No, no,
Listen,
she's
I
not.
will say my workouts can be very intense for sure. But I keep telling people, y'all want to work out with me, just let me know.
She
I
knows
can
what
bring
she's
in free
doing.
guests anytime.
She knows what she's doing.
No,
But the
she
thing is
definitely
about
does.
form.
Yes.
So when I take my son, my daughter, my nephew to the gym, and they always like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I
Yeah.
doing this right? I want to make sure, and I tell them I don't even put weight on it.
No.
Yet. Let's focus on technique and form.
That's it.
Because like you said, you
Yeah.
do not want to injure yourself.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
prevent injury at all costs
Yeah.
because it takes so much more time to heal, and then you lose a lot of your muscle has developed some atrophy, and you get less.
Yep.
You get weaker over
right.
time. Blah blah blah. So you want to prevent injury as much as you can. So your form needs to be perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Before trying to add any weight. So
it.
start off with the bars.
That's it. And then go up.
Perfect your technique. Even video yourself.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
watch yourself. Is
True.
my head right? Is
Yeah.
it bent up? Is it bent down? Is
Yeah, I
it
used to do
is
that.
my body, is my back hunched up? Is
Yeah.
my shoulders back? So there's a lot of things that you can see it through a video to really perfect your form and things of that nature
That's
moving
it.
forward.
And like you
But
said,
and don't.
Go
No, I was
ahead,
saying,
Jack,
just
go
don't
ahead.
watch other people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, people watch other people. Like watch professionals because
Exactly.
you're watching somebody else, and I'm like, there was a kid in there, and when I was in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what are they doing? No, they're not doing it right. They're not
Yeah.
even going to add muscle to that body part
Exactly.
ever because
Exactly.
the way they're not using, they don't have really any resistance. So
That's it. That's it.
when you watch other people or you think, you don't consult with
Yeah,
somebody. You don't
and
know
that's
what you're doing.
exactly what you said. It's all about maximizing the benefits. Like, why am I there? If I'm doing a bicep curl and I'm swinging with my entire body,
Right.
now I'm not even working the bicep muscle. I'm
know.
asking other muscles to kick in. So
Yeah.
you're trying to be there to be efficient as well as grow at the same time. So,
Right.
and if you want to prevent those injuries, it all goes hand in hand.
I think the lady said that they want to see you flex. This is
Uh.
right. That's what
He
that's
put
what the
arm up.
comments
He put
are.
the arm up real quick.
It's a flex. I didn't ask you to take your shirt off.
I didn't say that.
Sorry, ladies. You don't want to flex for y'all.
Oh my God.
It's always one of them.
So I will say,
Shy.
I'm shy.
I'm shy too, so I understand.
okay, that's not true.
That's not
We
true.
already been there, done that. She is not
I
shy.
saw
She
other
tries to
episodes.
say
Yeah, I
she
know.
is, but she's
Listen.
not. So anyway, so if you were to suggest if someone was interested in applying for PT school, how does someone go about it? Where do you recommend if you have any recommendations? What would you suggest?
So it's actually a centralized application. It's
Okay.
actually called PTCAS. So PTCAS. And lets you know everything you need to do. So
Okay.
it talks about the volunteer hours that you have to put in, each of the courses that are required. So that's the main thing you want to go over.
Okay.
Because what happens a lot of times in school, we listen to our counselors and they help out. But this application site will tell you exactly which programs you need to get into and which courses are required. So I took a lot of courses in college that I didn't even need. And that, it's a waste of time, money,
And
resources.
money, right.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. So you need to know which classes are actually required for the program that you're actually trying to get into.
okay.
Yeah.
Any schools you recommend?
I love my school, Thomas Jefferson University.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I ain't gonna
Thomas
shout-
Jefferson,
I ain't gonna
I mean,
shout out any other schools. Nope.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson,
That's
hands
all right.
down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a phenomenal
Yeah, I love
curriculum.
it.
I got accepted in there for nursing school,
Did you?
but
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't.
Damn, you left us.
I had all these kids.
Okay, that makes sense. That
You
makes sense.
can't have kids. You can't mother. You worked while you were in there
The entire time.
full time.
No. So I still have my clients here and there. So yeah, I would never be able to work full time.
Yeah, so,
no, you can't. No, you can't at all. Yeah.
My kids have been hungry.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's tough. Yeah, it's very tough.
So one more time for everyone, for any personal training, physical therapy, how do they get in touch with you?
They can reach out to me on Instagram most likely. So
Okay.
yeah, I usually go through Instagram.
Through the
again,
DMs? They
through
can
the
slide
DM.
in
They
the
can slide.
DMs?
They can slide.
Okay, y'all can
A
slide in the
professional,
DMs.
professional DMs, right?
Professional DMs.
Wait, but I have a question. So do you get hit on by a lot? People were like, "Oh, Mr. Bond, can you please? I am having this pain in my back."
Yeah. It has happened, but I'm always. But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
My sister used to have access to my Instagram because a lot of times I would need help. So I'd be like, okay, I can't answer all these people. So she would be like, you ain't gonna talk to my brother like that. And they'd be like,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
funny.
so people usually come correct. And it's,
You got a
Okay.
sister, y'all, so don't,
yeah, my
don't
sister
come
has,
crazy.
she's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny. I mean, you figure,
So,
especially when you're
professional,
Yeah,
everybody.
because it's not only me. I might put my mom
Professional.
on there too. So
Super professional. Okay.
But yeah, the DMs on Strong Bond Health. Yeah, that's
Okay.
our tag.
Strong
yeah.
Bond Health.
And
Because that's you can go through IG on the link.
correct.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
and you can just talk to me there. Let me know what's going on. Let me know the issue, and I can see if I could get you in the schedule. And if not, I have other associates that I'm bringing on board as well. So we're looking to expand.
Okay. Is there a free consultation? Like, do you
Free consultation?
Okay.
Yes, for both personal training and physical therapy.
And then your own facility coming up within the year?
Yeah,
just
so
about?
we're looking to open up by January.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm excited.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And where's
That's
that going to be
exciting.
located, or you're
It's
not
going to
sure?
be Maple Shade.
Maple Shade?
Yeah,
oh,
right off of
okay.
73. Yeah, I'm
Very
excited.
good.
Yeah, we've
Very
been working hard
close.
for it. Yeah. So
Very nice. So
Yeah.
any South Jersey needs,
That's it.
personal training, physical therapy, hit up Dr. Bond.
Yep.
We'll get you right.
I will.
From, you said 4 was the youngest?
4 years old as youngest,
To
78.
78?
Yeah, I might take even older. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Hey.
kick their butt too. I have no mercy for
Oh,
any
I'm
of them.
sure.
The 4-year-old working hard, running
Oh,
on the
I'm
treadmill.
sure.
78.
Yes.
I said, I don't care.
The
What
4-year-old walking on a treadmill.
no, they
Hey.
run on the treadmill. I don't play with these kids.
Brutal.
Yeah, no mercy. And listen, we all got goals. We got to make it somewhere.
Oh, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Definitely.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
cool.
All right. So we about to do the
Uh-oh. What's this?
pull it out. Let me pull it out, everybody. Oh, here
Okay.
we go. Pull it out. Pull it out.
That's the song. That's the song.
That's her song.
Oh, okay.
That's her song.
That's
Wait,
the theme.
bro, it's on the, about to say everything gonna fly
Yes,
out that
That's
box.
the pull it out theme song.
Okay, it's the pull
yeah,
it out.
yeah, pull it out.
I'll be on Tiny Desk one day. Pull it out. Pull it out. All right, I'm gonna let our guests pull out our topic.
Okay. So I just like anyone.
Anyone.
It's all stuck.
Okay, there you go. Now read it out and we can discuss.
Okay. It says, why are more people single now more than ever?
Okay.
So why are people more single now more than ever?
Okay,
Because
what do
y'all
you
just
think?
being dumb.
Oh, here we go. She got in her bag on that one.
Jay has something? You ready, huh?
So why are people choosing to be single versus being in a relationship? And I will say, I've been on a few dates this year, and the guys that have asked me on the date, they're like, well, I'm really not looking for a relationship. Okay. Then why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time?
Because you know what they want.
Okay, but if I am out here looking for, if I'm dating you, it's because I'm looking for something more. Now, I know people date for hookups, for links, for friendships, things of that nature. I know there's some polyamorous, everybody's dating everybody and effing and doing all this. But, I usually try to lay it out from the jump. Like, I'm dating to look for a relationship. I'm too old to be out here in these streets, even though I be in the streets.
Yeah.
So,
I was about to say, even the Streets is your middle name now.
But why, like, everybody's like, and these are like older guys, like 30s, 40s. They're like, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship. But some guys are in their 30s and 40s. They're like, I'm not looking for a relationship, but I do want to have kids one day. Well, you trying to have kids at 50? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Because it's crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but why? Why are people choosing to be single over being in a relationship? What do you think?
It's a good question. So, it's hard because I'm single myself. So I really
But
feel
you're
like,
also 29.
Yeah, I'm 29. I think like people in my generation I think there's more like career based rather than anything else. Because I feel like when you look at the older generation, let's take like my grandparents and so forth.
Right.
That generation, it was more about the men were working and the woman would just be at home and they would tend to the home and take care of that. But now women are very career driven. It's an amazing thing. Like all the girls I went to physical therapy school with, I'd say they're smarter than us. They work harder, they were driving. And I feel like sometimes with that, it's hard to prioritize a career and then also prioritize a relationship at the same time. It's
I
tough.
can agree with that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and you got to deal with the nonsense from other people. I think like the I can't even talk. The pickings are very slim. Like this, I feel like
flip.
the pickings are slim, whatever. All I know is it ain't it. No, but I think that like now with this generation, because of, and I always say this is, it's based off of, you know, we're raising these kids. And so back in the day, I feel like, you know, grandparents and parents raise better quality human beings.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I feel like now the generation, as far as like our kids' generation, the stuff that they're so focused on, they're focused.
Yeah.
They don't want to work,
Yeah, that's true.
right? So all
They're
they
very
want to do,
entitled.
yeah, exactly. They're entitled. They want things handed to them, and then the other thing is like they got this street mentality where they're only focused on like, oh, getting the bag. And if you got city girls, you out here. You know, what's her name said that even though she's a city girl, she don't want her daughter being a city girl. She wants her daughter to have a more quality of life, because it's looked at as if you're not promoting yourself, then you're not going to get as many views, and you're not going to get as many likes, and people aren't going to want you. And then so now you're doing things to fit in. So I feel like the society is skewing these kids to where now they're growing up, and it's like, what the hell? Yeah. Like you don't really have a whole lot. And then so the people who are older, our age, are still like in that same mentality.
Yeah.
So I understand with your age group that people are more career focused. But in my age group, okay,
You're young.
I'm 43. I'm not
Young.
saying I'm old,
That's right,
but I'm
you're
not
43
20
now, not 42
I know.
anymore.
I know. I'm 43.
Oh, you know what? Stop the show. Stop.
Oh, here
the
we
show.
go. What are we doing now?
What is happening?
We're not doing happy birthday.
Happy.
No, you can't do that.
Happy.
Yeah.
We're
Don't
singing.
sing the regular happy birthday song because they,
Okay, good. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Okay.
Oh, my God.
So anyway, somebody had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
One time for the birthday.
Oh.
2 times for the birthday.
Listen, how about for my birthday, y'all send me a man who's ready to settle down.
Back to the question,
Who
huh?
got a good
Back to the
job.
single
Yes.
question.
I thought I
I'm
did
trying to
something
find
good,
out.
but I really didn't.
Get a good
Good
job. You're a good parent if you have kids. You have your own place and no roommates not living in your mom's basement. You got your own whip. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we find, where are y'all at?
That's true.
Where y'all at? Because the good ones are taken. I've met some good dudes, but, you know, they have someone. So it's like,
yeah.
okay, well,
And like
let
you
me know
said-
if y'all break up.
Hit me in the DM.
Stupid, right?
Slide in the
But
DM.
no, I think that's it too. Like we said, like social media, it's huge. Like, we all use it to benefit our businesses and so forth. But then there's the huge negative side on the flip side.
Right.
So it's like we see, like you said, the city girls and everyone doing that. They go on trips all the time. It's very unrealistic. And then people have like that standard, like, okay, I see that she's going on these trips. I should be going on these trips all the time. Or I see that
Right.
this guy got this girl that looks like this. Now
Right.
I need to have a girl that looks like that. And it's like you'll never be actually satisfied because you see it constantly every single day. So it's
Yeah.
Well, there's a false sense of there's more available out there. Like
Yeah.
there's all these people available and they're all going to like me and they're all going to want me. No, they're not.
But they're gonna, they'll want your ass. They're gonna want that ass.
Right.
And that's it.
Right. And they're not bringing any quality
Right.
whatsoever.
That's true.
So people just have a false sense of thinking that there's all these fish in the sea.
Yeah.
There might be a lot of fish in the sea, but they're not quality fish.
They sick.
They have chemicals from the oil
Full of
spill.
mercury.
There's a
Full of mercury.
whole lot of mercury fish out there.
But I also think that, because of the day and age we are right now, people are not requiring enough to get a solid person, to be in a relationship. Like if you want, you have to be what you want. So if you want something, you want a good quality man or, woman, then be that. You can't expect somebody to be something and like, oh, I'm having a hard time trying to find somebody, but like you out here doing stupid nonsense, like then of course you're not going to get the person that,
So what you trying to say? I'm doing
Not
stupid
you.
nonsense? I'm not out here doing nothing stupid.
not you.
She took it to heart real
you-
quick. So you talking
No,
about
I'm just saying because
In
it's not
general.
just one reason.
You're right.
There's multiple reasons.
You're right.
And then for someone like us, because we both single in these streets,
In the street.
okay, it's like we have a certain there's certain things that we expect, right? We have certain expectations, certain standards, and if a person is not meeting that, it's like, why waste your time? Like,
yeah, you're right.
And we're super picky.
Yeah. But you
So-
can't settle either. You just can't settle.
But you also don't want to force, if somebody says you don't want to be in a relationship, okay, take it as it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen to what they're saying to you. Yeah. If they're saying they don't want to be in a relationship, listen to those words.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't expect something from them that they're not willing to give you because they're telling you from the jump.
Because that's what
They
we do
do
a lot
not
of
want a
times.
relationship.
Like even though somebody says this, but then you might want something different, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
That makes
Exactly.
sense. Yeah, that's true. 100%.
people
So
are
we'll-
fake anyway.
So you were fake.
So we'll jump off to our brand blast. And because you have your own brand, I'm going to let you shout out
Yeah.
one more time.
You want me to shout out my own? Wait, can I shout out someone else?
You can shout out
I want
someone
to shout out
else if you
someone
want.
else.
Okay, go
So I
ahead.
just told you about my crazy sister.
Okay.
Listen. So,
She not crazy.
She's not
Ain't
crazy.
no
I love
way.
my sister. I love my sister.
She
So,
might be crazy about you.
She's crazy about me, but she
Aw, that's
protects
so
me. Yeah, she's my younger
understandable.
sister. You know how it goes.
That's
She has
okay.
3 older brothers, so she
Oh,
knows she had
yes.
to be like
Oh,
that.
y'all ain't
Yeah.
playing no games.
Nah,
No.
ever. But she's married now. Yeah, she's
Okay.
doing her thing. Yep,
Wonderful.
yep. But her brand is called Jaya, so it's JAIYAH.
Okay.
So my sister's a professional dancer. So she does ballet, jazz, modern, and she dances for different
Nice.
companies. She
Great.
travels all over the world. But one thing that she saw ever since she was little was that a lot of the dance shoes come in like a peach color. So if you
Right.
ever see the ballet shoes, it comes in a peach
yeah.
color.
Oh, yeah.
She made a brand that's going to be inclusive to all different skin tones. So she has different dance shoes that are like
That
my
is so-
complexion,
I
everyone's complexion.
love
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
black owned.
And
Oh,
black
you
owned
know,
again,
that's
yep.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you're doing some good things over
Yeah,
here.
so
Very
Jaya,
nice.
Jaya brand. Yep. So she has her own dance shoes and everything like that.
Wonderful.
based
And
out
how
of
can people order these shoes?
they can go on her Instagram as well.
Okay.
And then she has a website. So it's JAIYAH. It's Jaya
Amazing,
Official. That's her.
Jaya.
Yeah.
Okay, Jaya, I
See that?
see you.
that? Yeah.
Go ahead,
The whole
girl.
family, all entrepreneurs.
I
We try.
love it.
Yeah, we
I
try.
love it. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay.
Yeah, we do it together.
So that's wonderful. So your brand,
Strong Bond Health.
Strong Bond Health,
Mm-hmm.
your sister,
Jaya.
spell it again.
JAIYAH.
Okay, that's our shout outs and our brand blast for today.
Yes.
Amazing. And I'm going to make sure I put it in the description.
Appreciate you.
So all you guys can find it very quick when you're listening on Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube. You'll see all of that in the description. Our health tip, we did a lot of health tips today.
we did.
And I'll say stretching, just
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
when are you saying stretching? How long should they stretch before and after the workout? How long should they be stretching real quick?
So it depends. So it depends on what you're doing. So if you're doing a workout, we actually stay away from active stretching now. So, active stretching is like prolonged stretching. We're holding it a long time. We now do something called dynamic stretching. So that's going to be things like high knees, butt kickers, something a little more fast. So we do it that way so you don't stretch out the tissue too much. It's just right where it needs to be where you're able to perform at the optimal level. And then the prolonged stretching, flexibility, that's done after the stretching, after the workout.
After the workout,
After the
okay.
workout. So that's when we get into like the hamstring stretch where you're holding it for a long time.
Right.
The prolonged holds after, the quick stretches before.
Okay.
You sold me.
If you're holding a stretch, how long? 18 seconds? Like, what is it?
So physical therapy wise, we hold for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you really want to see the tissue action make some change, 30
Okay.
seconds, and you want to do about 3 sets of that.
Okay.
So it's about 90 seconds in total.
So if I can't do a split now, and I want to
Yeah,
do
let's
it,
see it in the pants.
how many months? How many months will it take me to do a split?
That's a good
If
question.
I start
Right
stretching
now.
every day,
You want to stretch every day, and you want to be able to do a split.
right? How long would it take me to do a split?
Listen, if you get hurt, I don't want you coming saying, Dr. Bond told me.
Professionally, he's saying you need to come see him first, and then he'll
Exactly.
exactly
Come see me.
He'll assess you.
Okay.
I'll assess you.
Okay,
She's
okay.
trying to
I
catch
got
me.
it.
See her?
Okay,
I got
You
you.
J&J.
I'll get my
I got you.
She tried.
I got you, Virgo.
I'll get my free consultation in.
Free
Okay.
consultation.
Okay.
Yeah, she
All
said
right.
stretch. I popped something. Dr. Bond told me to do.
Right.
Ain't gonna get me.
Well, and then once you get to over 40, it's like it's the whole. There's
I
a lot
didn't say
of
that.
cracking.
I said
I'm
nothing.
saying
There is
Okay.
a lot. Oh, there is a lot of popping and cracking going on in these
I feel like,
joints.
damn.
Like, why does my knee keep?
Should have took
I'm
that
gonna be
olive
30
oil.
soon. Does it happen at 30?
Yes.
You're going to start feeling
Yes.
stuff at 30.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
it
how
happens at
Okay.
30.
Yeah, but
All right.
but the thing is, this is your life. This is what you do.
Yes, I do every
So
day.
you're definitely going to feel a difference, but not as much as a typical sedentary type person
true.
at 30 would feel.
Yeah.
But anyway, affirmation, my love.
What was I gonna say? I always forget this.
You just remake
I actually was visualizing me like trying to do a split, and I was just like,
That's what
ooh.
you was thinking about.
I used to be able to almost do one. So
Okay.
I used to be able to do one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
What the hell does that mean?
No, I'm just saying I'm sure you're very athletic.
I agree.
Right? Yeah.
Basketball, football, all that. I'm like, yeah, what's she talking about?
Hello. No, we here. Oh no, I wanted to encourage people. Like, I know some people don't like to read books, but do you read books?
I read, but I don't read. Like I might read a few pages
And then
every few days. Like I have probably like 4 books that I have started, but I haven't finished. But I'll go back and read a few pages.
But that's what I think a lot of people do too. Do you read?
Fiction books? No, never.
Yeah, I read a lot of.
Nonfiction.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, just in general. Reading. Yeah, like I only read like self-help, motivational books, things like that. Real stuff. I don't want to hear about nobody else's story. I mean, nobody else's like fake story.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
So anyway,
that's me too.
yeah. So I just encourage people to read more. Like you expand just your brain. I mean, now like with Alzheimer's and stuff like that, like reading. They say there's studies that show that reading is very beneficial in preventing that. And so like these kids just video games and you read on your phone. So read a damn book, y'all. Pick up an actual book, not on your phone with the light and the screen or the computer, but pick up an actual real book and read the book. I'm telling you, it's going to expand your vocabulary. It'll just help you just expand just your thought process,
And it improves your communication skills.
Yeah.
And even a magazine, it could be anything. And you don't necessarily have to pick up a book and read it from beginning to end.
Right.
Yeah.
Just reading a few pages a day really helps provide you with a vast vocabulary and 100% helps with your communication skills in the long run. So just a little bit, it doesn't even have to make sense, but also retaining what you're reading is so important to, like she said, exercising, like you would exercise your muscle, you want to exercise that brain. I know, I don't have a little muscle there. Got a little bit. There we go.
That's
A little
legit.
bit.
Let me see that. That treadmill.
I've got none.
So thank you so much for being here with us,
Thank you.
Doctor.
No, I appreciate y'all.
We
Thank
loved you
Dr.
joining
J.
us.
Bond.
Yes, I know. The movie's out almost.
No, that's all I get, right? 007. No.
No.
So hit him up
Yes,
for all
appreciate
your personal training, physical therapy needs. Everything will be in the
Not for any
description.
dates, okay? He's not
any
taking
dates.
any applications.
No dates.
No
dates.
No DMs.
So
right,
thank you guys for
guys.
watching.
Thank you.
Like, subscribe, share, comment.
Good. Y'all practiced that.
Yes.
We did it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks again, everybody.